I do not understand followers of Christ who say, I'm bored. I don't get that. This last week, Jen and I watched the finale of The Good Place. Did any of you watch that show while it was on? It's actually a show that deals with the afterlife, whose main topics are metaphysics, social ethics, and theology that can be entertaining and fun. Hey, I'm all in, There's not a lot of that TV in. But it was written from a Buddhist and Eastern perspective, and it really came out in the finale. If you saw it, where at the end of the finale, basically after living on and on and on, really? It was a month ago! I can't tell you! You weren't going to watch it till I said something about it. Let's just say they got bored. Can I just say that? Back to Christianity. Well, okay, in the Bible study for this week's, I ask about this. So if you're leading the study, you may want to get a vote of your group on whether you want to read that question or not. There is no point in your Christian journey, my friends, where you ever stop learning and stop growing. You reach to a place where you're like, there's nothing more to do here. It's always with Jesus, further on, higher up, if you remember your Chronicles of Narnia. That's what it's like. And I've explored this just with the reading of the Bible, like we talked about last week. I have now read the Bible through in its entirety dozens of times. And it's still amazing to me how when I sit down with Jesus and have my coffee and read His Word every morning, He's got something fresh for me. A reminder of a truth I've neglected, or something brand new, or something that I need to hear in that moment. I marvel at it. Yet I've had people over the years who've come up to me and they've said, hey, Pastor Bear, guess what? I've read the Bible all the way through. And that's an accomplishment. And I high-five them and I say, great job. I am so proud of you. And I hope that every one of you will make that your goal if Bible reading is still tough for you. But then, it's funny, I always get this question. They then ask, what do you think they ask me? What should I read next? As though I can set the Bible aside and I cough and gag and wheeze in that. Can you imagine flying over the Blue Ridge Parkway and then saying to yourself, well, I've seen the Blue Ridge Mountains. Guess I don't have to go there. What's next? Or Yosemite. How many of you have ever been to one of the most beautiful things in God's earth is Yosemite Park, and living out in California gave us the chance to let me show you a picture of Yosemite. So this first picture is Yosemite from Glacier Point. That's all of Yosemite, right there in front of you. There it is, the waterfalls, the mountains, Half Dome to your left, the Sierras to your right. There it is, all of Yosemite. Can you imagine someone saying, well, I've seen it all. What else is there to do? Oh, I don't know. Next slide. How about look at the view of views from tunnel view, a picture of the throne room of heaven, if there's anything like it on earth. Or how about, next slide, how about go up to Tuolumne Meadows and see the rivers raging in the spring, and the mountains are still covered with snow, Purple Mountain's majesty. You could do that. Or how about go down to the valley and look at Upper and Lower Yosemite Falls in April or May when the mountain snows are melting. Or how about go to Mariposa Grove and stick your hands on a sequoia and touch a tree that's been here for 3,000 years. Or how about look up at El Capitan and then get out some binoculars and just pick a crevice, and chances are you'll find a climber going up there. Or how about climbing up to Vernal Falls and looking at the rainbows there? Or how about getting on the valley floor and looking up at Half Dome and realizing that there's probably 100 people scrambling on that right then and there? Or how about getting on Tioga Pass, one of the most beautiful roads in all of God's earth, and looking at Half Dome from behind? Or how about Going out of the park all together in autumn and looking back at the mountains and the lake and just contemplate your smallness and the majesty of God. I've seen all of Yosemite. What else is there? I've read the Bible through. What else is there? Continue in what you have learned and become convinced of.